What's up, everyone? It's your boy for Shocker the Next Stitch Hedgehog here, and before we get into the video, I'm gonna go ahead and break down things for you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and say right now, this is VBL, and if you guys are wondering, oh, is this the draft recap? Is this week 7? Is this the week 9 team builder? Sadly, it's not yet. Keyword yet. Due to some not fair reasoning, my VBL Week 9 opponent I have contacted several times did not contacted me, and due to the fact, and it looked like regardless of the outcome of this matchup, I was going to actually make the playoffs, because apparently, from what I was misunderstanding and the coding wasn't fixed, it was actually top 4 in each division. So, we finished with a 4-5 record, and we actually finished as the 4th seed in that division, which means we made it to the playoffs. Which means, by some grace of Arceus's miracle and my, way of playing, dude, we somehow bounced back and made the playoffs, dude. This is one of my most impressive runs I think I've ever done, because I believe I went like what 0-4, was pretty much guaranteed knocked out of playoffs unless I won all my games, and then we won 4 in a row. No, we won 3 in a row to really get the score off. Then we lost our week 8 game, which was a very unfortunate. But then we won this game, making it 4-5, and just barely getting the playoffs in. So I mean, going against our opponent this week, I'm probably gonna get bodied. But the fact that I just made the playoffs was, especially with a team I made a lot of transactions with, and also just with a whole bunch of shenanigans and stuff like that. I really think we just did a really good job this season. And regardless, it's definitely gonna be one of my most roughest seasons. But I had some fun with some of these mons this season, and I definitely was inspired to kind of draft some more of these mons in the future. But enough of that. So yeah, we got a forfeit win, so we clinched playoffs 100%. I think we already clinched regardless from the results, well, depending if I had lost my game and if I had lost a certain differential. So, or maybe I don't know, but yeah. So we're gonna focus on this. This is VBL quarterfinals. We're going against Cam Eruption, my boy Cammy and Houston Dynamos. Cammy, I don't think I've ever beaten. I don't think. I think I've only faced him maybe 2 times or just once. I don't know, but I haven't beaten Cammy. Cammy's a really good player. He's definitely one of the best out there, so he's definitely a tough opponent, especially getting him round one, especially with his team as well. But before we get into his team, if you guys can hit the like button if you guys are excited for VBL quarterfinals. Subscribe to join the Foot Shocker crew today because you'll be feeling with the king of the crew. With this now, let's go ahead and break down this matchup. So, just straight up the gate, he's got Rain, and he's probably got arguably some of the best Rain I think I've seen on a good Hail team. Hail Team Brain Team. He's got Palito, Kindra, Zapdos, Kabutops, Kartana, Nidoqueen, Lone Persian, Comfey, Cryogonal, and Uxie. And yes, but if anyone's wondering why we do that reference with the Cryogonal, it's because it's true. That's what his real name is. It's not Cryogonal. It's Cryogonal. But yeah. So look at his team. His rain offensive core is so stupid, man. He's got the rain offensive core, in my opinion, of Zapdos, Kingdra, and Kabutops. We have support rain supporters in things like Kartana, and even to some degree Caragonal, which is pretty good. He is a little limited. He does have some hazards, but not a ton. He only has Stealth Rocks and Toxic Spikes, which aren't necessarily. I think the one that's more going to be kind of crucial to him probably will be the Stealth Rocks in this type of a manner. But again, I feel like it's just something that a lot of things are not prioritized in doing, but it could be something to do nonetheless to kind of get the hazards going for people. So look at this matchup. I don't think he's going to bring Uxie. I don't think Uxie really serves a purpose this week versus my team unless he really wants a rocker. But again, he's got 2 other good rockers he can use. Cryogonal. Cryogonal's like a hit or miss for me this week. The problem is this. If I get a scale shot up with my Garchomp and Cryogonal for a good reason is not scarfed. Excuse me. Cryogonal cannot beat Garchomp 1v1. It also doesn't really help against other things on my team because, again, like, Abomasnow can run physical moves and be able to hit it physically. Jirachi beats it. I've got a fire type that beats it. I've got, Arachne that just walls it. This headset it just beats it. Excuse me. He could bring it and counter the figure that I'm going to bring Hail and bring Aurora of his own to counter it, which would be pretty high gear tech if he wanted to go right now. I mean, it could still potentially come, but I don't think it's going to come, in my opinion. Comfey is a little annoying this matchup. Its dual stab is actually pretty damn good against my team, which is going to be really annoying. For what I expect Comfey, if Comfey does come, I do expect probably Synthesis, Calm Mind, dual, and then stab plus Giga Drain, which means looking at my team, I only have kind of one answer to that, and but yeah, but I think Comfey still doesn't come because again, Comfey can just easily get wheeled down and he gets beaten down by a lot of things on my team. So I don't really think Comfey is going to be the best bring to bring this game, but it's something nonetheless I can do see him expecting to bring. Up next, we do have Alolan Persian. I think Persian does have a good chance to potentially come for pivoting reasons because of parting shot in that type of sense, like parting shot into things like Polito, which Polito even could be offensively and stuff. And then like once you've made your switch out to Polito, he just has to make the prediction on what you're going to switch out, and then he goes either Zapdos to spam Hurricane, goes to Kingdra to click a button, or goes to Kabutops to click a button. I do expect for that reason. So yeah, I do think Persian can come. It also would stop my Jirachi. But the main reason I kind of see Persian not doing too much versus us is because, again, I feel like it's one of those Pokemon I could just whittle down continuously and just be able to kind of just beat down in a sense and just kind of annoy. But it could be something nonetheless, so gotta be prepared for that. Excuse me, guys. Oh my god. For the six, I expect him. I'm expecting to bring his main four 100%. No ifs and buts about it. I do expect Cartana as well. Cartana's really, really annoying versus my team. I do expect Nidoqueen for the fact that having an electric resist is really really important. Even though like I do have my electric in Rotom, I still think having some type of electric resistance is there. But if Persian is there instead of Nidoqueen, that also would make a lot of sense. But I felt like if he wanted to potentially want to hazard stack my team, especially since my limitations to removing them are very limited because he knows I'm not going to read Sand Slash, and then after Sand Slash, all I have to do to remove hazards is with my Rotom. So I could see him for that reason going the route he would want to go. Oh, I hate in the mornings because I keep yawning for no reason. So I think I built the best possible team I could build for this week. It's definitely not my best build for matchups, but this is just a really extremely rough match versus us. So, but like I said, the goal is to not get 6-0. That's gonna be the main goal. But the goal is also going to be try to win, so we'll just do what we can, but go from there. But first off, we're bringing Choice Scarf Obama Snow, our Christmas man here, with a Royal Veil, Blizzard, Giga Drain, and Focus Blast. Now, what I really like about this matchup is that Zapdos, I feel, is forced to run a little more on the defensive side than the offensive side, which would be really, really good. A little less power in that Hurricane would be really, really good. What's also really good about Obama this week, however, is that if we can get a Royal Veil up, that's going to be really good for supporting the team. That's because I got another piece later on that's going to be really important. Blizzard spam is pretty good against his team. Blizzard guaranteed 2 AKOs Kingdra unless he's got HP investment or Spadef investment. Blizzard 100% knocks out Cartana unless it's Sash. Giga Drain is there for reliable recovery, and then Focus Blast is there in case I have to hit the Cartana plus the Persian and the Cryogonal. In that type of sense. Oh, excuse me. We are running a lot of speed, running 32 in HP, max special attack, and 224 speed. Now, the speed is very crucial because with the speed, I'm faster than Cartana. I'm not faster than Persian, which is his fastest thing, but I don't expect Persian to really run really max speed. If anything, I'd maybe see it running enough speed to outspeed my Jirachi per se. But looking at Cartana being the more threat, I would rather know if Cartana's scarfed if anything, versus anything else I want to have there. If it's not scarfed, I outspeed it and I can knock it out with a blizzard, which I think is gonna be really important. Because I don't think because if he's choice band and he doesn't think he's gonna think oh well looks like he's just sacking off his Abomasnow. Why is he doing that? I click blizzard, bam, I catch him and we knock him out, which would be something that would be really really good to do in that type of sense. So really hoping we catch him off guard with the choice scarf of Bomb Snow. The reason also I'm bringing a Bomb Snow is just to remove that weather, just to give my team better support and better options for anything else like that. Up next, we're in Shark, and I think Shark is 100% going to be one of potentially two win cons this game. And that's a lot of pressure on me to give a lot of pressure to Shark here. But Shark is running the most weirdest EV spread you probably would see for a Garchomp. But this Garchomp set has very specific going into it, and it's very, very risky. We are running 112 in HP, max attack, 4 in defense, 116 special attack, 1 special defense, and 24 speed with the Jolly Nature. Now, after going for 2 scale shots without a boost in my attack stat with the Sword Dance or anything like that, after 2 boosts, I will be faster than both Max Speed Jolly, Kabutops, and Max Speed Modest Kingdra. So if Kingdra is for any reason timid, it will still outspeed me. And that point, if it doesn't have Dragon Pulse, excuse me, it's more manageable and stuff like that. We are running Habonberry to be able to deal with the dragon type attacks from Kingdra. Because in my opinion, seeing as I don't have a fairy on my team at all, I felt, and the only thing I have to really switch into Dracos would really just either be my Blissey or my Jirachi. He could just spam Draco Meteor if he wants. But if he wants to go for the safe route and click Dragon Pulse instead of wanting to go physical and go with an Outrage look, then that actually benefits him more in that type of sense. So I definitely am looking forward to Garchomp hopefully being liquid. So the goal is to hopefully get the first scale shot off. Once we get the first scale shot off, I think will be faster than everything on his team with the +1 boost and then anything that's Scarf. But with the +2 boost, I know for a fact I should be faster than Scarf Kartana, and I should be fast and I'm faster all of his Swift Swimmers. So if we get those 2 scale shots up, and if for some reason get a Swords Dance up, we just straight up win the game. There's no question. There's no contest on that. And what could be really, really good for us here is if King just switches in on us. And also, it's another thing that's going to be good if Zapdos switches on us. Because after I go on SD and click Scale Shot, I would rather click Scale Shot. I do have Rock Slide on there for Zapdos, but I also have Rock Slide on there mostly kind of for the Cryogonal. But again, I felt like there was nothing else I really wanted this matchup, so I felt like, you know what, let's just bring Rock Slide. I might change this up. I might bring Stealth Rocks. And have just Rocks this matchup. I don't know. I might change it up. Might put something on here. I don't know. I'll look at it in the moveset a little more, but honestly, Garchomp can win this game if we position Garchomp very much correctly in this game. And that's where I'm really scared, is if we can't. Because you all know me, I'm not the best at sometimes booing myself in positioning. But I think Garchomp can put in the work and it can win us the game. A somewhat another way we can kind of win is if he does choose not to bring the Alolan Persian. This set straight up wins the game. We're running max HP, 116 defense, 108 special defense with Calm Nature, 32 in special attack, Trick Room, Nasty Plot, Shadow Ball, and Destiny Bond. What's really cool about this game is that we have a small bit of Trick Room aspect to it, which is going to counter his rain phenomenally, which is really what's going to be the main important thing. So what I like about Cofagrigus this game is, again, it's going to be able to just, if it gets some nasty plots going, it is going to go into town against this team. What I'm going to be willing to do here is if Persian does come against me and I already get my nasty plot up, I'm going to Shadow Ball to see how much I do, and then watch Persian either go for the parting shot or go for the knockoff. And depending on how much damage I do, I would be willing to let Persian kill me off, and I would click Destiny Bond, which you can see right here, and get rid of Persia, which means it opens up so much room for Jirachi to do so much more work than he can already do in this matchup for me. So I really am looking forward to having Cavaliers on this team, providing that Trick Room aspect for this team as well. As you can see, a couple of my mons look like they can appreciate some Trick Room usage, so definitely something I wanted to factor in there. But then I think Cavaliers can put in a lot of work this week. And I'm kind of hoping it does, since, it's been doing it. It picked up a 6-0 by itself, but just generally speaking, I think we can do well with it. It's just going to come down to how teams are brought. Up next, we're bringing in pretty chill. My Rotom Frost this week with max HP, 108 defense, 148 special defense with Calm Nature. As you can see, I am prefacing the Calm Nature. I'm fully expecting special Kingdra, not mixed Kingdra. Kabutops is always gonna be physical. There's no way I'm gonna prep for physical Kingdra. That's one. So I want this to be kind of designed to handle a little bit more of that special variant of Kingdra a little bit. Where in Volt Switch, Blizzard, Reflect, and Light Screen. Looking at this, I really don't need Thunderbolt or Thunder this game. Pivoting I think is gonna be slightly more important for me here, and also just getting screens up. More likely or not, depending on what I see on his team concept, I'm gonna click the one screen I think is gonna be more useful versus the one more screen I can't. Because here's the thing: if Zapdos wants to defog away maybe potentially Aurora Veil or away my screens, it has to come in. But it doesn't really want to come in on a Blizzard. It doesn't want to really come in on a Volt Switch, which can bring in something that's potentially to a Scarf that's faster and just do the work, you know? So it's one of those moments where I think it's going to provide a lot of optioning for this team and support for the team. And I really am looking forward to this. I really hope Rhoda puts in the work I really wanted to do in supporting the team in that type of sense. I'm gonna be the scummy guy and bring the annoying set. And honestly, guys, I wasn't even thinking about Blissey until I looked at some calcs and some stuff like that. And besides relatively a physical Kingdra and even arguably Kabutops, Blissey's not that bad this game. Blissey, depending if he's if you know, it's funny, Jolly max attack with Life Orb on Kabutops only does a maximum of 49% to Blissey without boosted. So yeah, so if he's adamant Life Orb in the rain, he only 2 KOs Blissey. So Blissey's job here is to just provide the absolute annoyance to Cam's team with Thunder Wave and then Toxic. And we do have Protect there because of the Wish recovery, with the Leftovers recovery, and to get some Rigid little chip, and to kind of scout for some things. We do have Seismic Toss to provide a little bit more chipping, and honestly, this Blissey could honestly probably help win the game as well. But Blissey's only job here is to be annoying and to support the team. So in just spreading the paralysis, the toxics around, and everything like that. So I really think Blissey can do a lot for us here, and if Blissey can make us semifinals, I'll give slight respect to Blissey. But if not, Blissey, it was nice one you. And that's what it is. We have my Jirachi here, Make a Wish here, but we're running a unique Jirachi you see here. We're running fully specially defensive, but we're running iron defense as you can see here. We're running 136 HP, 116 defense, 52 special attack, and 204 sped F with the calm nature. Running Iron Defense, Charge Beam, Psychic, and Wish. Now, the good thing about this set is that Nidoqueen is more scared to really kind of come in on me because, again, I'm a Psychic type. And it doesn't want to see if I'm choice locked or anything like that. And then there just comes the mind games. So if he does not bring that Persian, or Persian is weakened down to the point where I can go for 2 charge beams in this type of sense to be able to knock it out, because charge beam has this like roughly 70% chance to, you know, go. But basically with Serene Grace, let's just say that's guaranteed to happen, which is going to be something that's really broken here, and I hope to take advantage of it. If he doesn't bring Persian, Psychic Spam destroys his team. Even to Kartana, it's going to hurt it. And then the Iron Defense there is to handle things like Kabutops, handle the Kartana. And then with the special defense investment, we're trying to take on things like Zapdos, Politoed, and that type of situation. So I really feel like Jirachi's not exactly a win con or breaker. I feel like a Jirachi kind of adds this kind of uniqueness, and also with Wish, it's also really good Wish support for the team as well. Not as much Wish recovery as we would really want it to be, but it's nonetheless the recovery that can be beneficial to a team, even if it's from chip damage and stuff like that. So that's gonna be the team, guys. More than likely, Cam is going to win and beat me. But you know what? If I'm gonna have the opportunity to go into playoffs, and if I'm gonna get my butt beaten down and everything like that, you know what? I'm gonna take it like a man and go out on my own terms and go out swinging. So yeah, if you guys are excited, leave a like. If you haven't already, subscribe. If you're new, join the Pro Shocker crew today. Until next time, guys, I'm Pro Shocker and the Nasty Hedgehog. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.